Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our trading room. Hold on here a second. I'm going to get the screen share going on. My charts were really slow loading this morning. I guess they didn't like me taking a week off. Well, it wasn't really a week off, but being away from the charts for a week, they were probably took a good 10 minutes to load. So let me just throw the trade manager on here. And we'll be good to go. Okay. Yeah, all right. So I'm just going to deal with David's question here before we get into the day. David said I had to rebuild the hard disk after downloading the Raptor sound. The sound lines are blank in the section 2.0. So can I take a screenshot of yours? Absolutely. So let's go here to the indicator window. By the way, folks, the sound files, you can make them whatever you want. I've been known to change mine. There you go, David. All right, so I assume you have a screenshot of that. If not, you can email me and I will send you one. I was trying to take a look here at what was happening in the market last week because I didn't have a chance to look at my charts at all. And it looks like it was a real roller coaster going on here. The market's all over the place. So we had last week, or pardon me, the week before, a big move lower, a little bit of a bounce back this week, or sorry, last week, only to see the market fall off again. So it looks like we got ourselves a bit of a wedge type formation happening, a bit of a pennant. So it seems likely the market will try to retest down here sometime, given this strong move lower. That would be my thought on the way the market may go. But in the meantime, well, you've got to trade what's in front of you. You can't be trading what you think will happen. For those of you who like your first in-sync eagle signal, it looks like we got it right here, and I do believe that has found its profit objective. Look at that. Wow. What a great way to start the day. And for a Monday, no less. The Raptor also, with its first in-sync signal, that would have been the number one signal. Looks like that tripped about the same time as the Eagle signal did. So we're starting the day with maybe a slightly bullish bias. still within Friday's range though. So it's not like we've seen a breakout one way or the other. All right, well, so much for the bullishness. Sellers coming back here now. We've already had a first micro-macro cross on the Hawk, a trend change signal on the Falcon. We're going to get a cloud crossover signal here on the Raptor. We've already got the warning dot. The cloud's almost fully crossed. It's still really early though. I don't know if I want to try anything just yet. We're only 6 minutes into the day. Oh, and now we're starting to get a little bit of a pushback again. Maybe I'll just wait a little longer. So things fairly neutral right now. The Hawk, very, very neutral. The Falcon, well, it's had a little bit of bullishness there, but it too is starting to turn over here. Now the Raptor with a number one signal to short. Oh, and I did have a second push opportunity there that I'm a little bit too late on, unfortunately. And the Eagle here with the trend change. Back now to the low of the morning, and maybe the last chance for the buyers to try to put anything together here. Oh dear, yeah, I think the buyers are done. Wow. Well, when stuff like this happens, when the market kind of runs away on you a little bit, you can't get too excitable about it. You're gonna miss some moves, but I think it's more important to be able to identify the trend. So if we are looking at a trend now, and I do believe the market may be favoring a move lower, just from the looks of this morning, then you need to be on the alert for your selling opportunities. Now, I'm not really happy that the Geiger counter is green here, or that the Falcon is producing a late filter entry to buy. We do have a couple discretionary signals to short, and if I get a bullish bar, there we go. So we can set up, oops, that's out of range. Oh, here now a possible 2-3-2 type setup. All right, I'm going to look to the trend side, or what I believe to be the trend side. Oh, and it's coming up on my least favorite time of the day to trade as well. So take this for what it's worth. But we've got, oh man, we got some nasty slippage on that one too. That's not right. All right. So we have a possible 2-3-2 type setup here. So we got the counter trend, we got a with trend signal, we have another counter trend signal. This usually is the setup before a reversal. I'm hoping that this time, though, the trend will trump that. And like I said, this is my least favorite time of the day to trade. So we're just hovering here above the primary resistance line. A move back here to the median line would be a great little trade. All right, so I can see that they're fighting here to move the market lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my break even in here. The idea being that the next move lower, if there is another move lower, I will take the trade to break even. There we go. Because what's happening here is the sellers are running out of opportunities. I didn't like that I got the big slippage either on the fill. They slipped me about 4 ticks, which is unusual for the NASDAQ. All right, I'm going to adjust my stops now above this swing here. Again, it's kind of come to the point where I know where the buyers are at. I know their limit. I know where the sellers are at. I know their limit. And if either side fails, well, then it's probably going to be time to take my medicine. And right now, it's not looking all that good for my short position as they keep coming up here to retest the hard edge of the trading band. That's not what I want to see. All right, here's a number 3 signal. Come on, give me the follow through. Yes, stinkers. No, come on, last chance for the shorts. They got to break it this time. You got to go. Come on. So you can see I've gone with the more aggressive bar high-low strategy now. And the idea is just to limit my risk exposure if for whatever reason, oh, so close. If for whatever reason the sellers can't pull it off. All right, well, we'll find out here in a moment whether that was a good idea or not. Things getting a lot more neutral. You can see here with the hawk, the falcon, the raptor, the eagle, everything just kind of going sideways. And would they have tagged me out? Oh, yes, they would have. So it looks like it was a good idea to become much more aggressive with my stops on that. Take the small loss whenever possible. I don't know. I think the market may still be a little conflicted, even though we saw a very strong move lower. Now all of a sudden they've just kind of put the brakes on. Looks like that was an overnight low as the market rallied up from there. So no doubt a little bit of sensitivity here around the 71.35, 71.40 zone. Yeah, Trade Forecaster says we're going to be moving into a scalp mode as well. So very likely we're going to see the market become a little bit more volatile. Oh, goody. Oh, here I was looking the other way. I missed the late filter entry signal on the Falcon. We had back-to-back late filter entry signals. I would consider both these signals to be one and the same because they develop so closely, so quickly together. But you got a trend change signal and a late filter entry signal, both kind of piggybacking on each other. You had to be fast, but there was also a first micro macro cross that developed right here. The eagle looks like it's going to be working a possible trend change signal now to the buy side. So we'll be looking for a little bit of a pullback here. We're going to get a green warning dot and perhaps a green triangle hash mark. And the Raptor, of course, going to be doing a number one signal, the cloud crossover. So that's the signal we'll be anticipating at this point. But you know, looking at the overall context, I don't know. I don't know if I can make a decision on this yet. Kind of goes back to the notion of a trading quota where you don't have to take every single signal. you can hold out for the signals you consider to be the stronger signal, which is always a nice position to be in. All right, here we are, back near the lows of the morning. All right, the sellers making another attempt here after the buyers tried to rally the market up. Now, what I find interesting about this particular setup is we've had this little bit of a sideways range right here. The market tried to break up, could not hold the breakout higher. Now they're breaking lower. We're going to see a little bit of a retest here, or even one of these discretionary signals may be an opportunity to try to get in. Ideally, a move back somewhere around the 71.33-35 zone would be ideal. As that would be a nice retest of this trading range. I'll just leave this shaded block up here for now. Oh. Oh, did I wait too long? No, here we go. We're getting a little bit of a pullback now. Okay, so we're going to produce a number 2 signal. That's the counter trend signal. Well, the hawk getting a little bit bullish, as is the falcon. We don't quite have a counter trend signal on the falcon yet, or a trend change signal. We are getting another 232 type setup. So here was the number 2 signal. Here's the with trend signal. Here's the counter trend signal. So if you were looking for a second push opportunity, you could use this area here to look to buy the market up. Or, if you're inclined, you could even do an OCO style order where you look to buy above and you short below, and you just let the market decide which way it wants to go. You need to remember with your OCO orders, these orders are live when you put them on your chart. That's why we right click to enter them. So there's enough in here that we could see a quick little move back to retest here, or we could just see a flat out trend resumption. So maybe not a bad location for an OCO type order. It is fairly obvious we've got some strong support here at the lows. This is now the third attempt. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they shorted it, and let's get a stop strategy going here. And we'll hold that just above the high. And I'll get ready with my more aggressive bar high low, or maybe even my parabolics when and if the market continues lower here. Come on. Wow, all this hesitation. Okay, so I can reduce my risk a little bit now that I've had the second swing. There we go, we got the break even. And I'm going to hold it break even just for a moment. If we get a little bit of room here, I will move into the parabolics. Come on. Give me the one more swing. They're trying. Okay. All right, I'll leave it with the parabolic mode now. And if we were running a profit objective, I do believe we would be very close, if not already, to our high probability profit target. Huh. Oh well. Not a bad trade, but just not a whole lot of follow through right now. A lot of choppiness. Oh, there's the follow through. Stinkers. Okay, so looks like I was a little bit quick with my stops. And we did make our way down here to the median line, which was our objective. Okay, nice little move back now to the hard edge of the trading band, both here on the Eagle and the Raptor. The Hawk already a little bit bullish, but I think the Hawk's a little bit more conflicted. We keep getting these yellow bars. We keep getting a lot of short little legs. Okay, let's see if we get a number 3 signal. There it is. I'm going to short that. Just pop in with a sell order. Stops need to go above the swing high here. And all this is an attempt to get with the trend. Oh, there's a nice little second push opportunity here. That might have been the better way to go, but I'm short now, so I was just looking here at the daily chart. I now know why the market is hesitating. We're right down here near Friday's lows. That's why we keep stumbling. Thursday and Friday's lows both here near 7,100, and that's what's giving the market a little bit of grief every time we get down here. Oh, and you can see that below that, it looks like 70.63 was where we had all this buying take off from. All right, so I got a little excitable there on my shorting attempt. That not working out. I think I got in there a little bit too early. I'm not convinced that the buyers have control of the market. I may just have shorted a little bit too early, not able to hold on long enough. Here now, you can see with the eagle, we got this bit of a bear flag thing going on. And we have our signal to short. And we can wait for the second push. All right, there it is. The problem with this trade, of course, is the possibility that the market may still move back here to around the 71.35, 71.40 region to retest this breakout. We have a weak rule of three. I say weak because we haven't had a really good retest of the low. Normally, with the rule of three in the eagle, which would be the counter trend signal, we don't get too excited until we see a really good retest. I think we might be owed one more move lower. Oh, and here we go again. So there's the eagle signal. There's the second push. So we kind of got the same kind of setup as before. And the second push opportunity, all that means is we allow the signal to engage. We see where the market reacts, and then we use that as our signal bar. The idea is that if there isn't enough momentum to move the market lower, then we're not in the trade. I got slipped on that one too. Why is the market so thin here this morning? Now, because of the tick value here on the Eagle, I tend to go with a slightly more aggressive stop strategy. And in fact, I'm going to take this trade to break even at this point. All right, so now the question becomes, was this the test of the extreme and now we're going to see a rally? Or was that just an unfortunate stop out because my stops were a little bit too tight? Well, I guess we could do another OCO. We could look to buy above here. We could look to short below here. The market's essentially in a bit of a bind at this point, right? It's either going to continue with the downtrend or it will reverse and complete our rule of three signal. All right, so they filled me on the short side. Let's get a stop in play. Oh, and again, no follow through. What's going on? There we go. Okay, that's a little better. And once again, I think I will move into the slightly more aggressive parabolic as we challenge the low of the morning. This will be a big deal. See whether or not we can press through here. Hey, come on. The better stop is probably above this swing. You know, if you were inclined to give it a little extra, that's probably the better stop placement. Yeah, it didn't matter. We're supposed to be in trend mode, but the trend is very slow developing right now. Well, I had good results to the short side, but that last trade makes me question whether or not the sellers are serious about trying to move the market lower. And as such, I may try a buy signal. You can see we're getting some decent follow through off of this late filter entry signal here in the Falcon. Here now the number one signal to buy in the Raptor, and what it looks like we do have a second push opportunity on this one. Come on, complete the bar. Okay, so the signal engaged, we get the bar, the counter bar, which now becomes the signal bar. All right, well, they're holding off there again, or they were. And I got slipped again. So I'm looking for, where was that range? Up here. So are we there? Oh yeah, look at that. We're right back there. Okay. I was looking where my profit objective should be. It pretty much should be in this 7140 region, and yeah, that will work if I can get that. In fact, what I'll do is let's bring it down here to the high probability profit target, and oh, it looks like it would have already hit that. There we go. I don't like all that slippage. That's not a good sign, especially in a market as liquid as the NASDAQ. Really? See, that's the thing with slippage. When you encounter a whole lot of slippage, there's a reason for it. If you find that you take a trade and the market always slips you on the entry, there's not enough market participation. And that very often leads to these fake breaks, like what we're seeing right now. Wow. Yeah, this is just crazy here this morning. Got to shake some of the rust off. Wow. All right. Well, they don't want to play nice today, so there's sometimes the market will do that. Sometimes there's going to be these days where the market is just not cooperating. And you either have to recognize that, it may not be your day, and the market's just going to keep churning around. Look at that, just more back and forth. Well, the sideways chop continues. You know, if these lows hold, I was going to say, I might be inclined to try one more buy, but honestly, until some sort of trend develops, it's going to be really kind of tough. I'd like actually to see a little bit of buying come back here. I have a feeling that I was a little early on that other buy attempt here. Now I get another attempt to buy. I'm just going to pop into that one here with the, with the, whatchamacallit, with the Falcon. And that had some really quick follow through to it. So all I was doing here was just looking for a chance to buy the market up again because, well, with trading, you always need to pick a side. That's just the way it works. And what we saw happen is a very nice retest of the breakout. So we had this zone established, a breakout. I tried to get the market to retest, but I got stopped out prematurely on one of these moves. Then my last buying attempt, I bought too late. I didn't realize how close we were to retesting this zone. That one turned out to be a loss. That was totally my fault. But then the market fails to head lower. So when you can see the market is struggling to head lower, which it is here, we made a new low relative to this one here. There should have been some follow through. But if you see the market struggling to head lower, then there's a good chance it's going to try to go higher, which is what we were looking at right here. And there was a quick little move on the part of the Falcon, but it was good enough that I could capitalize on a little short-term profit there. Okay, so what are they going to do now? Still back and forth, still got this big sideways range going on. Okay, here come the buyers again. Okay, so it looks like we're going to try to get another buying opportunity. This is going to be a number one signal here as it develops. So you can just kind of get yourself set up for that. And you can get ready just with your buy button. Oh, no, too soon. They were looking bullish there for a moment. We'll put that back on the shelf. Now another number one signal to short this whole sideways mess that we have going on right here, though. Got ourselves a bit of a trading range, and as is typical with trading ranges, buyers tend to be kind of in the bottom third, bottom quarter. Sellers tend to be in the top third, top quarter. So I'd be okay with a buy signal coming out of here. Oh, there it is on the Raptor. See, we just got the number 2 signal. We're going to get a second push. Oh, there we go. Is it going to work out? The idea would be to take it back here to the primary resistance line, or perhaps even back to this 7140 area. Okay, well, they did not like that idea, so we'll close that order out. When you're starting to produce a lot of signals, it doesn't matter which tool you're using. That's kind of an indication that the market is uncommitted as well. You don't want to see signal after signal after signal. Okay, here we do get a number 1 signal with a decent second push. So I will throw an order in there. You can see we're back down toward the lows of the morning here, the 7101 area. And if this was the trading range, you can see we've had a breakout. We're doing the retest of the breakout. Oh gosh. Is the breakout going to hold? We don't want to go too deep back within this trading range. That would kind of void the breakout. It's okay if it drifts into the trading range a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so I'm staying with this number 1 signal. There should be a number 3 signal develop here. There it is. So you do have an earlier opportunity to get in. Wow, look at that. There was some slippage there. All right, and now we got a 2-3-2 type setup. So we've got maybe another OCO type opportunity. Maybe we'll do that. So we'll turn the OCO on. We'll buy above here. We'll short below here. All right, well, they filled me on the long side, but canceled the order. So let's set that up again. Oh, and they slipped me again. What is with that? I haven't seen the NASDAQ market this thin in I don't know how long. This is very unusual. Oh, and the buyers have got to get busy here. They got to take out this 71.14 zone. It's going to be very important. There we go. Okay, now there's a chance we're going to see them retest the 17.16 half zone, which should engage the break even. Come on, there we go. All right, got the first profit objective. We'll get ready now with the parabolics. And I'm just trying to hold on long enough here to get a little extra profit if they push up. Oh, come on now. Don't take me out yet. Ah, I still think I was right. I still think the market is heading higher. So here we go. We got ourselves a number one signal with the second push opportunity. Come on. All right, I'm going to force the trade to break even because I'm a chicken. Oh, so close. So close. Oh, and there they go. All right. Well, you know what? The added volatility in the market, it just made me a little bit gun shy there. And like I said, I'm still shaking a little bit of the rust off. A couple of good trades today, a couple of bad trades, but overall, we're finishing the day in the black. Well, not finishing. We still have a ways to go. But oh dear, yes, look at that. A nice little run back right to the resistance zone as we anticipated. Darn it. Just a little bit too excited with my stop loss order. A very strong move, though, on the part of the buyers. And I think that does open things up for additional bullishness. Maybe even a hard edge bounce. We may get a late filter entry signal here on the Falcon. Not quite low enough for a hard edge bounce, but still a nice little bounce here off of the primary resistance line. All right, another little bit of a pullback coming. Yeah, Dan says I'm getting a lot of slippage today. I am too. It's unusual in a market like the Nasdaq. Probably there's slippage all the way around. Even if we moved into the E-mini, I imagine there would be some slippage there as well. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised we haven't seen a little bit more aggressive selling, because this is not quite where the market took off to the short side today. But so we're around 71.50. If we go back here to where we started the morning, so we had the little bit of a rally up. The market came down and hit this little bit of a sideways mode around 71.50, and that's really where the sellers started to dig in. And here we are again at 71.50, but so far, no sign of sellers. Dan asks, is that a volume thing? Yes, most definitely. Slippage is due to a lack of volume. You got more orders. Let's say we're looking to buy and we get slipped on the buy side. So there's more orders to buy than there are to sell. So if you're looking to buy, let's say we're looking to buy here at 71.61, we're only buying a single order, but let's say there's 50 other orders along with ours at 71.61. If there aren't 50 orders willing to sell 71.61, then let's say there's only 40 orders looking to sell 71.61. Well, then there's still 10 orders that need to be filled. So then the next price will be 71.61 quarter. Let's say there's 2 orders there. Then it will move to 71.61 half. There's another 2 orders there. Then 71.61 3 quarters, and let's say there's 4 orders there. And then that's how the remainder of the orders get filled, and that's why there's slippage. So, you know, our little onesie twosie orders aren't going to move the market that much, but when there's a lot of orders in play, like I said, if there could be 50, 60, 100 orders sitting at that price, and there's not enough sellers, well, then you get the next best price. Unless you use a stop limit order. The stop limit order will limit your slippage. You can preset the amount of slippage you are willing to accept. Oh, oh, this is a cool little link here that Joel provided me with. Here, hold on one second. I will show you. So this from nanix.net. It gives you a an indication of the liquidity in the market today. So you can see the S&P very, very light. I like that, Banana Republic. That's very cool. So not a lot of people playing today. And that's probably just because they're not sure which way the market's going. Oh, I got sidetracked here and I missed the last little push higher. Okay, well, now we've kind of hit the sideways grind again. So a very active day, but not really making much progress. Wow. Okay, well, now here we are. Look at this, all the way back to where we started the day. This was the high of opening range, which also happened to be uh, the opening high. What a huge recovery on the part of the bulls. Okay, well, any bearishness that there was in the market is now all but disappeared, as we've just seen a major breakout from the buyers. When these kinds of things happen, when we get these huge rallies like this, the challenge is not so much finding where to get in. You can pick up any of these discretionary signals that are printing on any of your tools, whether it's the Hawk, the Falcon, the Raptor, the Eagle, it really doesn't matter. The problem is not getting in. The problem is, where do I place my stops? So I can tell you an order is going to place right here, but you can see it's too far away for me to even cover it to the hard edge. So if you're inclined, all you can do is you can just buy in and hope for the best, that the market doesn't pull back against you, and rely more on the trend. But that's always a tough trade to do. I see I'm in here with two contracts. I wouldn't normally recommend taking two contracts on this type of idea, but if you're just looking to try to get on the trend somewhere, sometimes, it does, to throw in a single contract and keep your fingers crossed. It may not be a bad way to go, but it's so important as a trader to be able to identify trend and stay with the trend, to get with the trend. And oftentimes the challenge is waiting long enough before you get into a trade. You've heard me say it before, but one of the hazards of a trading room moderator is that sometimes you feel pressured to do something, to show you something, and that doesn't always work out that way. There's so much to be said for just being patient with the market. And patience is probably uh, one thing that most traders are in short supply of. Phil's asking, Eric, who do I contact about purchasing the rest of the birds, the falcon, the eagle, the equivolume bars, etc.? Phil, you can just shoot me an email, and I'll give you my email address here. It's eric@indicatorwarehouse.com, and I can put together a special buy link for you. As an existing Raptor owner, you are entitled to a discount on the rest of the package, if you would like to do that. Yeah, just send me an email and let me know which software you are interested in. And I can do that for you. All right, well, is that it for the bull run for now? Are we going to see a little bit of a pullback? I wouldn't count the buyers out just yet. That was a monster rally. Monster rally. A monster truck rally. Okay, we're back into the hard edge. We haven't produced a number 3 signal just yet. Actually, the Hawk and the Falcon already a little bit more bearish than bullish. The Falcon here working a little bit of a trend change or even a late filter entry. The Eagle and the Raptor both still a little bit bullish, and that's because of the band, the trading band. So we haven't really got a good number 2 signal yet. There should be a retest of the high. Could be a little bit of a tricky trade. Oh, no, okay. It's not fleshing out the way I thought it would. I thought we were going to see a little bit more of a response here to the first hard edge, but it didn't quite work out that way. It's kind of getting a little bit late in the morning anyhow. All right, well, they're going to maybe make their way here to the second hard edge. All right, so we got a little bit of a convoluted hard edge bounce right here. It's not going to print as a number 3 signal, but that's really what it is. Oh, come on. And this is a little bit of a stretch. What I'm looking for here is a retest of the high, test of the extreme. Oh, no slippage on the entry. That's good. A little bit late on the entry though, but the second push opportunity might be the way to go on this one. Regardless, I'm keeping my stop relatively tight. If there's no follow through off this, then I may as well get out early. No pushback yet from the buyers. There should be a little bit there. Like I said, a little bit of a last ditch attempt. Nope. No, not not quite ready to keep going higher. Again, I think we're looking for a test of the extreme. I was probably just a little bit early. All right. Well, I think that's probably a good place to wrap things up for today. And well, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully, the market will be a little bit more predictable. It was all over the map today. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow then. Bye for now.